What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show. We discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date here with everything you need to know about. And also, thanks for hitting the like button for us down below. We got a lot to talk about here. More states are passing gas tax relief here. Check this out. Multiple states have now paused their state gas tax, including New York now. Here, check this out. Here are the states that have paused their state gas tax, with multiple other states now considering it. This is a stimulus type program, as states are already passing this, or other states considering this here as well. The states that have already paused their state gas taxes are Connecticut, that has passed it, pausing their state gas tax of 25 cents per gallon. That goes until from April 1st until June 30th, 25 cents per gallon. The state of Georgia, which has been suspended since March 28th and goes till May 31st, eliminates 29.1 cents per gallon on gas tax in the state of Georgia. The state of Maryland is already stopped, actually, went from March 18th through April 18th. They are considering doing it again, but it's like, I think it was like $150 million per month for the state of Maryland. Was 36 cents per gallon per 30 days. So that already came and went for the state of Maryland. And the state of New York will start on June 1st, and that is 16 cents per gallon. That is passed now, but will start on June 1st. And that will actually go to the end of the year. So that will be a significant one, which will go for June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So that is 7 months. It sounds like it's 6 months, but it includes June, so it would be 7 months. You could see here, New York's tax break will cost the state about $585 million in lost fuel tax. Because remember, it's only 16 cents per gallon that they're cutting, but it is for 7 months. So that's a cool almost $600 million that taxpayers, well, everybody, anybody that fills up gas, not necessarily taxpayers, will save in the state of New York. There is some other states here as well. Check this out. Colorado, the House Appropriations Committee voted on Friday to advance a bill that would delay an upcoming fuel tax increase. 1 year ago, Governor Jared Polis signed into law a massive transportation funding deal that included a new 2 cents per gallon fee on gas and diesel. The fuel tax increase is scheduled to take into effect on July 1st. The governor said at a recent news conference that now is not the time to increase fuel taxes, and this would delay implementation of the new tax for 6 months to January 1st. Delaying implementation of the new fuel tax is estimated to result in a $30 million hit to state revenue. Florida, they have passed a 1-month fuel tax suspension, but they're going to wait until 1 month until the governor re-election date, which is all the way in October. So that is 27 cents taxes on the, you can see here, for the month of October. So that will cost the state $200 million. But again, if you're from the state of Florida, you're going to have to wait until the month of October. So a little bit of a political controversy there for the state of Florida. No other states are making anybody wait until this till October, but that's the state of Florida. Illinois has just passed their stimulus package. It has checks that range from $50 to $400. Remember, I went over this here in a recent video. Illinois is actually in a lot of debt, so they're actually one of the most indebted states in the nation. So for them to even be sending out checks is quite a miracle, quite a miracle. So just keep that in mind here. It includes, as you can see here, $46.5 billion budget includes rebates and checks to Illinois taxpayers. Single people who made less than $200,000 are eligible for $50 tax rebate checks. Couples filing jointly will receive $100 checks. You will also receive $100 per dependent or per child that you claim on your taxes, up to 3. So you can get up to $300 in checks there per child or per adult dependent. And you can also get a one-time property tax rebate for property tax owners. The property tax break will amount to a 5% rebate on however much the homeowner paid in property taxes, up to $300 checks in addition for property tax owners. So you can get $400 in checks for adults and children, and an additional $300 for property tax owners. So there actually could be $700 in checks there total for that portion. There's also, according to lawmakers, the state's 1% sales tax on groceries will be suspended for the entirety of the new fiscal year, which officials say will save taxpayers $400 million through July 1st, 2023. And the gas tax will also be frozen through the start of 2023 as well. So there's a lot of different things in here. And for Illinois, who's one of the most indebted states, this is actually really a lot for them to even be doing this at all. The state of Virginia House Finance Committee voted this week to approve legislation to suspend state fuel tax collection for 3 months. Virginia collects 26.2 cents per gallon tax on gas and a 27 cents rate for diesel. Governor Glenn Youngkin is calling for the tax holiday to run from May through July and phase it back in slowly in August and September. The Republican governor said the state could absorb the lost revenue by tapping into excess transportation funds, and is estimated to be about $437 million. His plan would also cap the annual adjustment to fuel taxes at no more than 2% per year to further protect Virginians from the hidden tax increase of inflation. This awaits further House consideration. Democrats are opposed to this and instead want to send $50 rebate checks to vehicle owners instead. They say that rebate checks would provide money directly to Virginians instead of affecting transportation funds. In New Mexico has recently passed $1,000 checks as well. As you can see here, tax filers will get a $500 rebate check, and joint filers, married couples, will receive $1,000 checks as well. The money will be made in 2 separate payments, with the first payment by June 30th. The second check will come in August. California is considering tax rebate checks or gas checks here as well. The proposed amount would be $400. It could go to taxpayers. It also could go to people who own cars here this year as well. They could also suspend the gas tax, which for California is around 50 cents per gallon, which is very, very high. Only Pennsylvania is higher. So you can tell me what you think is better. Personally, the $400 check per person or per car, I think would be better. It gives you direct money. And remember that last year, California sent out $600 stimulus checks and $1,100 stimulus checks to anybody that made under $75,000 and $1,100 if you had a child and you filed a state tax return. Okay, because they needed to know how much income you made. Some of these states that are going to be sending out stimulus checks may need you to file a state tax return. I'll keep you up to date here as these states, some states may need you to file a tax return. If you don't normally file a tax return, you may just want to go ahead and file a tax return um, for the first time on the state level because just so you can go ahead and get the stimulus check on the state level. Okay. Also, the IRS says the same thing here for the child tax credit this year. If you have children, the IRS urges you as you can see here, if you got the child tax credit payments from last year, those monthly payments, the IRS urges you here that you need to file a tax return for last year, for 2021, but you file it this year. You can see here, advance payments of the half of the child tax credit payments were sent to you last year. But to get the rest of the money, you have to file a tax return. So you're still owed an additional $1,500 to $1,800. So if you don't normally file a tax return, you're going to want to go ahead and file a tax return this year because you're still owed $1,500 to $1,800 per child. Okay. So again, just to be clear here, if you don't normally file a tax return and you have children, you want to go ahead and file a tax return this year, even if you don't have any income or anything like that. You probably want to file a tax return. Go ahead and seek some tax advice from somebody who knows your individual situation. I'm talking to thousands of people here, but you can see this right here from the IRS website. You can Google this from the IRS website as well. But talk to a family member who might know your tax situation for the state stimulus checks or for the child tax credits. Because again, you don't want to miss out on money. I'm here to try to help out as many people as I can, but you may or may not want to do this. But again, I don't know your specific situation, but you don't want to miss out on money if it's available to you. So keep that in mind. Also, you can see this headline here. Democrats aim to require the FTC to investigate possible gas price gouging. And yeah, I definitely think this is happening here. Check this out here. Democrats have introduced legislation that aims to require the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, to investigate possible gas price manipulation, as polling shows rising fuel prices have become an issue for many consumers amid an increase in inflation. Democrat Representatives Val Demings from Florida, Jerry Nadler from New York, David Sisling from Rhode Island, Kathy Castor from Florida have unveiled a bill dubbed the Oil and Gas Industry Antitrust Act on early Thursday. The measure seeks to require the FTC to investigate whether the price of gasoline is being, quote, manipulated by reducing refinery capacity or by any form of market manipulation by artificially increasing the price by gouging practices, the bill text states. Yeah. The bill also states that in conducting the probe, the FTC may consider the impact of mergers and acquisitions in the oil and gas industry, including mergers and acquisitions involving producers, refiners, transporters, and gas stations. The measure builds upon calls that have been made by Democrats in White House in recent months, urging the FTC to probe whether oil companies have been raising prices illegally. illegally at a time when the nation is seeing decades high inflation rates. Yeah, you can let me know your thoughts here. For many Americans, the often red or yellow climbing price stickers at the pump have emerged as one of the most painful pictures of cost rising across the board. An ABC News poll released earlier this month found that nearly half of Americans, or 49%, said the increases in gas price have caused them or others in their household financial hardship. Yeah, the poll conducted earlier this month, a nationally representative probability sample of 530 adults, provided a glimpse into who Americans feel are responsible for rising gas prices. 71% of respondents surveyed blamed Russian President Putin for the increases, compared to 68% of participants who blamed oil companies, 52% who blamed Democratic policies, 51% who blamed President Biden, and 32% who blamed Russian policies. You can note here that this does not add up to 100%. So a lot of people have multiple different people to blame. Yeah, the poll comes as Republican and Democrats have pointed the finger in different directions over the cause of high gas prices. And personally, my thoughts are, I do think there's some things that can be done by Democrats and Republicans. I do think that nobody's perfect. I do think that Biden can do some things. I do think that former President Donald Trump could have done some things. And again, nobody's perfect, but realistically, if you look at what's going on around the world, I mean, in the UK, the price of gas there is around $8 a gallon. In Canada, the price of gas there is around $6 a gallon. In parts of China, the price of gas there is near, in Hong Kong, the price of gas there is almost $10 a gallon. So, and the reality here is the US is actually one of the lowest prices in the world. Okay. There's some other places where it's lower, but we're actually one of the lowest. Okay. And inflation is just, it's high everywhere. Food prices are at an all time high everywhere. So if you just look, I mean, Canada's dealing with a 30-year inflation high or higher. United Kingdom, same thing. China, same thing. Europe, same thing. Australia, same thing. Gas is high everywhere. I mean, honestly, I get that if you're a Republican, you want to blame Biden. I get if you're a Democrat, you want to blame the Republicans. But the reality of it is here, I just look at things from a realistic point of view, and I look at things of what's going on around the world. The reality of it is all these countries are dealing with the exact same problem. Okay. And just coming out of the recession, coming out of the pandemic, dealing with the virus, dealing with high oil prices, the war in Ukraine has exacerbated these things. It's not the cause of everything. The war in Ukraine is not 100% the cause of inflation, no matter what anybody tells you. It's not 100% the reason. But when you come out of a recession, what we're trying to do, try and be the key word there. Um, the whole world is pretty much dealing with the same problem. It's not just the US. You really can't blame the issue on one political party or on our current president or anything like that, because they're dealing with the same thing in all these other countries as well. So you really couldn't blame the same thing on any one of their presidents either. So the reality of it is that we could be headed towards another recession. We could already be in another recession, and economies are really struggling right now, and that's why we're probably going to be in a very very shaky economy for a while. People still need a lot of help right now, and hopefully our governments and the world sees this and steps up to the plate and helps the people that are in need right now. So let me know your thoughts here. I will keep you up to date here with everything you need to know about on a daily basis. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. I'll keep you up to date here. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch our newest video next. And this is a really big video I did with state stimulus checks and federal stimulus check details coming out here soon. So you can click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.